Hello and good evening, and welcome back to the Danny Duncan Show. I'm your host, Danny Duncan. We have here my friend, one of the greatest humans ever developed, Aaron Chestnut.
It's not true.
Aaron, when did you lose your virginity?
Why don't I tell you a little bit about myself, a little bit about you and I, and why I'm here, and
Well, yeah, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. What's the answer, though?
all right. Well, it may be in conversation. We'll
All right, so
reveal that along the way. I understand that that's like priority in your brain, but why don't we?
Well, let me tell them why you're here. Aaron's one of my good friends. Do I look at this shit or do I look at him? Where do you want me looking? All right.
Are you talking to me?
So Aaron's one of my good friends. He's been gone in school. This dude doesn't stop, so it's very hard to talk to him and see him. I've been wanting to do this podcast for a while. I was like, no one else would be better than Aaron. I mean, none of you guys know him, so you're in for a treat. He's the greatest guy. And then, so yeah, I'm Aaron. Let him know what you're about.
I don't know how many years it was ago now, but I would say, I know before any of all this started, I was just, talking with somebody earlier. I watched you go from high school, literally, or just freshly graduated high school. And you were interested in athletics in your hometown. I was living there in your town, going to the local school. And, you approached me, and that's actually something I was going to chat with you about like mentor selection and stuff like that. And yeah, you approached me. We were at a local charity run and something like that. And I was actually training up for the Ironman in 2010. Well, so this was in 2010.
Dude, can you get this guy to stop, bro? Can you stop? Bro, it's ASMR. They also are mixing it up.
And so I kind of want you to take the story from here because I think you could tell it better.
Dude, I got you. But all right. So yeah, I met Aaron. Let me see here. I messaged this dude on Facebook. I'm gonna be honest with you. I swear to God. No. I did. I messaged you on Facebook.
Yeah, but
listen. Let me tell the story.
All right.
Messaged him on Facebook. Eventually, we met up. Dude, I swear to God, guys, I thought this dude was like a killer. Like, I thought he was gonna murder me. I swear on my life. He was just like, he was cool, but he was just a little different. So I was like a little sketched at first. But he's like a genius. Definitely, Aaron's like one of the smartest people I know. I definitely think he could anything he want. He's like me. I think anything I want to do, I can be successful at it. I think he's just like that, but smarter. I just got the good looks.
Wow.
No, but yeah. So so I messaged him because he was doing triathlon. I was about to start trying to do it, and then we met up. The first time we met was on the bikes, right? Was that the first time?
When we met up, but I find it interesting.
I seen you at the race, the 5K race.
Yeah.
That was the first time I seen you though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I remember that.
You said something about like I drove away with the chicken wings, the cell phone, driving with my knees out of the parking lot.
Yeah. So this dude, they give you free food at the like after the race, you get like free food. Usually it's just like bullshit bagels and like drinks, but like they had chicken wings and stuff. But he's like the type of person, me too, like when I would couch surf, you have to eat at the time. Like you don't want to not eat because you don't know when the next meal's coming. But he's like leaving this race because there's free food. Like he's taking advantage of it with like chicken wings, and he's eating the chicken wings, has like a cell phone, and he's steering the wheel with his fucking knee. And I saw that, and then that's when I messaged him like something about that.
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably pull the messages up, but it was like probably 2009, 2010.
Yeah. So I had to leave after the race quickly because I had to take somebody to the airport. But so that's why I was pulling out.
Was it a female?
Everything. But we met up after that, and one of the things I was doing again, Danny was interested in athletics. You'd message me and you said, "Hey, can we meet up? I'm interested in like trying to be better on my bicycle, on my bicycle." And I'm like, okay, so I'm training, and man, at this point I was putting in like 70-mile rides at a time. You know what I mean? And I'm all decked out. I have a good long distance bike, and I'm really like fit. The Ironman was coming up in a couple months at that point. And Danny shows up with like a Walmart Huffy mountain bike with the seat so low that he's not getting full extent. Just totally improper setup.
Well, yeah, when you have a road bike too, you like can cruise like 20 miles an hour pretty easily. On a fucking mountain bike, it's like 12 tops. So you can't even like ride with someone who has a mountain bike.
I knew he was going no further than 3 miles without, deciding he didn't I wasn't good. So, but yeah, and that's kind of when, I did start putting two and two together about Danny, about maybe some similarities between us and everything from like finances to the types of family we come from and stuff like that. So I was adding up the equation at that point. And then I would say the next time we met up was when I came to your house. And again, this was more pieces to you that I put together, and this I think is good for your fans to hear because they probably much don't know this part of you, was that when you brought me into your mother's house at that time, there was somebody living on your couch, and I asked about it. I was like, oh, is that like, what's that? And you were like, oh, it's just like somebody my mother is helping out or that she's having living with us. And so that was it. And then you went on and on to the next topic and that discussion. And so, but my point is like, that is how I grew up. My mother did have also people living with us that she was helping for whatever reasons, whether they were family members or other people. And so again, I'm adding this all up. And that's just kind of like how it kicked off, man. I think we just had common ground initially in that respect. And so I'm really proud to be here. I'm obviously super honored to be asked to do this. So I flew over from New York just in the early hours of yesterday morning. And
big thanks to Clausen Pickles for that flight.
Okay. All right.
Imagine.
All right.
We have a lot in common, I can see.
Yeah.
So much in common.
So what I did, when Danny asked me to do this and he offered to bring me out here, I really wanted to reciprocate the effort. So I woke up early this morning. Danny sleeps way later than I do.
And I went to bed at 4. I went to bed at 4.
Yeah,
woke
so
up
did
at
I.
11.
Yeah, well, I went to bed that time too, but I got up anyway. Not the point. I'm always on Danny's case for, sleeping in and stuff like that, and just trying to always push him to be
the best I can be.
Yeah. To live up to your potential. I think that's probably a better way to say it. And so I woke up, but anyway, I went out and I was walking around, man, and I was just writing stuff down. I was just writing down like things that I honored about you and your character and valued and really think that stick out. So I wrote some of that down. We can get into that, but is there anything else that you want to?
No, I think this is about you, not me. I want to ask you questions.
All right, well, take it away.
They all know about me. No one cares.
No, I don't think that's true. And that was really my intent in this, was to sort of like give your fans some insight into you. And
that's what the point of this is, insight on you.
Well, yeah, but you more so.
Okay, so let me see here. When did you lose your?
See,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, see, Danny and I.
I'm joking. No, I have questions.
Listen.
Let me ask some questions.
Danny
Let me ask some questions. All right. Let me ask some questions. All right. Also, I do want to say, I went to college with this guy too.
We can get into that.
So we can get into that. It's pretty funny. I went to like this local, it's like a community college. And I remember showing up the first day. It was like early as hell, like 8 in the morning. It was a college algebra class. And I don't think we weren't in touch like that. Like, I don't even think my cell phone, it was just like a flip phone. Like you didn't really text people like you do now.
Yeah.
And I remember just walking in and like seeing fucking Aaron was there. And I was like, what the hell? And then, so he's in the front row, like all prompt and prepared. Like you see his nice shirt on. Things like this. And then I just like, I'm in like sandals, like no socks, just like the slides, don't care. Just have a Walgreens shirt probably. Like walk in, sit in the back, go to bed because it's so early. And like this dude's
go
just
back
like,
to bed.
Yeah, killing it in class. So,
well, all right. So let's rewind for a second. After we're talking about when we met up to do some, training, bike rides and runs and stuff like that, I had went and done the Ironman, which was up in New York. And then I returned back down to Florida. It's all in about a time frame of about a month, and then started the fall semester of college. And Danny had just graduated high school early that summer, so he started college with me. And it was a math class, and you were working at Walgreens at the time.
Yeah,
and
it was lit.
you would stay at my apartment a couple of times.
That was when I worked worked at a different Walgreens location for like 5 days just to hustle money because I worked like 8-hour shifts 5 days in a row, and then I just stayed at his apartment because it was within walking distance. Bro, this dude did have the fucking air conditioning at like, what was it, 90 something? Like 91 to
I
save money, he doesn't run his air. So the house, the house had no air. Like, and I'm like, dude, I got off work and he's not there. He's like at school, and I'm like, dude, I'm like laying on the floor like fucking dying. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I did not know. I didn't have a car at the time. I had no money. Like,
yeah,
and like it was like 90-something degrees, and I was like, I remember texting him like, dude, like it's too hot. Like I can like even live in that thing. And I was like, dude, I gotta put the air. And I remember giving him like $20 for the air conditioning.
No, this is really how. Also, that story happened. You had stayed over the night before, and I told you, I said, hey, man, yeah, dude, you're welcome to stay the night, but, I leave pretty early for school. I get up, I leave early for school, and the air goes off, when I leave the house, and that's sort of the policy, and you chose to sleep in probably...
No, I had to work at 8.
A lot longer.
I was in bed. I was at Walgreens at 8 o'clock. It was 8 to 4.
Anyway. So continuing forward. So anyways... Yeah, we had a math class together, and just this was really also, again, like at this point I'm still adding it up. I'm still collecting. I had not known you like I know you now at this point, And so I would be up front, and I would, trying to be doing my thing, and I would look back, and no more than 10 minutes into the class, Danny is out. Not only is he out, he never even opened a notebook. He never even put a sheet of paper on the desk. He was like just out. And, I never criticize, but I'll always say I never criticize you for any of that. You would go on to sleep in other classes, and word got back to me by some of these professors, like you front row, you would sit and still pass right out. No shame sort of thing. And I never criticized you for that, because I was raised in a household to understand that people have different talents, or, different levels of receptiveness at different times. And so I just knew that, maybe there was something else that you wanted to do. And that, in fact, actually, I remember you borrowing money from like a relative too. Like you didn't even have money you almost didn't even do that semester. You're like, yeah, I'm waiting on this check from my aunt. I'm like waiting on this check from my aunt. No, because
that's what that doesn't make sense to me. So I had no money to go to college. I'm fucking broke. So I had the FAFSA, which is for people who don't have fucking money to go to college. So these motherfuckers make you pay the money to go to college, and then the FAFSA reimburse you. I'm like, dude, I don't have the money for the college. How do you want me to pay for this? Right. So like I had like one relative that had fucking money, which was like my great aunt. And she like let me borrow the money, so I paid for college, got my FAFSA, paid her back, and she died, unfortunately. Rest in peace. But she was like, I was like, dude, without her, I don't know how I would have even went. I mean, obviously I dropped out anyway, but like, I don't know how I would have went. Like, I don't understand how they expect you to pay for that. Maybe it's different, and maybe I did it wrong, but
sometimes it's backwards.
Yeah, that was weird.
And so after that, I just kind of continued on, and I lived in your hometown for about a year after that. And then I did end up moving back up to New York, but I always stayed in touch and that. And
this kid just sends our friend sitting on the couch. He has a computer. He just turns it to me, and he has in big text because he doesn't want to talk while we're talking. It says limit cursing.
Okay.
Why? Fucking AdSense? What's your motive? Brand deals in the dude. Who cares?
This guy, and so again, like, I can't even like begin to sometimes think about how far you've came, because it's everything from, after you decided to necessarily stop going to school, you were doing everything from like local, training people at your local gym, to trying to get involved with like some entrepreneurship type stuff, starting like events like portable dodgeball type tournaments, and running things and running clubs and all this and that. And I just kind of always just, kept my ear open and just try to give you any kind of advice that I thought, would be of use. But ultimately you ended up coming out here, man, like sacking up, packing up, coming out. And you were like, I tell people all the time, the reason that, again, I value knowing you over this time is because you originally came out here to stretch skateboarders at skate, and would just like approach event organizers and just ask like, hey, you mind if I set up a table? And
yeah, at first, like when I got into the like Tampa Pro, I just contacted Skate Park of Tampa. They're the ones who like first let me into Tampa Am, which is like kind of opened the door. And then like when I came out here, I would just go to the skate parks and just like work for tips or like, and then like some pros I worked with, you know, and like, or go to their houses, like things like that. Just use Instagram as like a way to get in touch with people. Yeah. Pretty much work with everyone in skateboarding, I feel like, for the most part.
And I'm hearing all this remotely. Like we would chat on the phone every, other week or, sometimes not that frequently, but I'd hear this remotely and I just kind of keep interest in, you started to express an interest in like entertainment. And I think you'd been set up with some agents and stuff like that. But I think you always had an intuition about the whole thing that like I have a personality, I have a character that I think, people enjoy. And, you just kind of always stuck to your guns, man. Again, that's another thing. You're unscripted and you've been since day one. I think a lot of people may think at this point from watching people on YouTube, like, oh, they just put on this act, or how could they really be like this all the time? But there's one thing that I will say about you is that you're unscripted, man. You don't change. I should say you change by when your last meal was. So if it was like a long time ago, I'll notice you'll get, not as energetic, but
yeah, I hate that.
But no, man, I think that's one thing that the fans need to know is that that's you, man. Whether it's, right when you get up in the morning or after a long day. So, but another thing I was just going to ask you about.
This guy, dude. I know. It's like he's asking me questions.
I need to stop doing.
I'm not too familiar with the podcast too much, but I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be asking him things.
Well, all right.
That's true.
I'll let yes, but
no more questions. All right. Let me just moving forward.
Let me just one more thing.
All right. What is it?
No, I think another thing that you've expressed over the years and that you've stuck to, and this kind of adds to my point about being yourself, is that I've never known you to take a sip of alcohol, to do any kind of drug, any kind, recreational substance. I think that's another thing that is a great positive about you and about, that the fans, I think, need to know about. You've never pushed that. You've never leaned on that.
Lean. That's a drink, right? Lean?
Maybe.
Lean is a drink? Alcoholic? Cough syrup?
You need to have the Google right next to you.
I do. I have Andrew. He has a computer.
Oh, okay.
Limit cursing. The fuck, dude.
But anyway, can you talk a little bit about that? Like why did you?
Nah, I already talked about it. They know.
Yeah.
Like if they're coming over here to watch this, I think they know. We can maybe get to it towards the end, but I just don't want to bore them with things that they already know. So I want to ask them things about you because no one knows shit about you. My viewers.
We're just real quick in summary though. Like you have some family members that
Dude, this guy, bro.
You've seen.
They know. They already know.
Take detriment.
They know.
From those
alcoholic
things.
Family members of alcoholics.
And same here, man. Same here. Yeah. That's I can.
Do you drink ever?
Honest
shit.
By and large, no. But socially, every once in a great while.
All right, this is off topic. I'm just curious. Scarlett Johansson or Kate Upton, if you had to pick?
I don't know.
Do you know them?
Of those names? No. I'm really in a shell sometimes.
Okay. And what are you going to college for right now?
Well, I'm interested in science. I would like to do something with that. That's what I'm pursuing, and I'm somewhat near completion. And next step is the job market or getting an actual job. And see if I stick around New York. But one thing that I've come to learn is I really appreciate the process. And
Same.
really to
the grind, the hustle is the best.
Yeah. Like so many people are like, when do you get done? When's the finish? I'm thinking to myself, like, you know what? Today's awesome. Tomorrow's awesome.
Yeah, that's
what do you mean?
One thing Chris actually told me, Chris Jan, my friend, he said, what did he say? It was something about. It was when I had no money. He's like, just enjoy it while you have it. I was like, dude, honestly, I understand what you're saying. I really do, because I like to, grind and hustle and get to where I want to be. I was like, but dude, I'm fucking sick of having no money. And obviously it's like way better now, but I definitely do miss it, because it's just like, it's just a different world. And you could go back, but the chances of me going back are so slim. That's why I invest so well, is that way I don't fuck up and ever go back to that, but still, you still miss it because I miss the process. It's like being at level 1 in a game, and then the game's over, and you beat the fucking game. Now it's like you want to play the game again, but you already beat it, so it's like there's no fucking. It's not fun to go back and beat the game again.
So I wrote something this morning, and I thought maybe this would be a good time to share this. So you literally.
Oh shit.
You literally.
Nah, bro, watermelon. Come on. Literally what?
When you first came out here, another thing to add to the story earlier was that you would live out of vehicles.
Yeah.
Then eat peanut butter out of the bag or out of the jar
best.
or the bag. And so I just wanted to ask you this here. When you spoke earlier about when you go back home to Florida, you know, you have these things now, like a nice car and a good home, and you use the term flexing.
Flex. That's the young flex, right?
Yeah. Slang like it. Which the whole
flex,
the whole non-shirt thing right now is something I didn't want
to flex my merch.
Oh, okay.
So wear a shirt.
And so the way I grew up was with a mother who was constantly in debt, and in many ways still is. But a lot of that bring a sense of daily adventure. You know, not knowing if you're going to make it from one day to the next. You may luck out and find a good meal one night, but the next night might be peanut butter out of the jar again. Do you feel that you miss out on some of those adventures now that your daily routine is a lot more stable?
One thing I hate, and it's like, it's just hard to not be a pussy, but like when I'm eating a meal, I'm full. I don't fucking care if there's food left. Like, I'll just waste it, dude. And I hate that, but it's like, I don't care. Like, before I would, like, no matter what, that shit's finished. Like, I'm eating everything. But now it's just like, I don't want to eat too much and feel sick and then just fucking fuck up the next hour of my day. Yeah. So I'd rather trade off the time of feeling shitty by finishing all the food than that's one thing that just pisses me off, because I know, like, I never did that before I, like, now I have money. It's like, dude, once I'm full, I'm just like, oh, I feel good. Done. Yeah. So that kind of bothers me. I like going out to eat, so it's like, no, I don't miss, like, wondering what I'm going to eat next.
Yeah.
I don't miss that at all.
And you don't drink coffee either.
No. It just sucks. It tastes like ass.
Same here.
Ass tastes good, but coffee sucks.
Okay. I think I could
what?
I could understand that for a second. And so, yeah, no coffee. I don't either. Just never grew up with it. But that's, again, something when you talk about, like, where do you find the energy? And you and I are kind of big on, like, passion, like knowing your passions and embracing your interests. But yeah, you know, I can be a witness that you don't do coffee, and we talked about drugs and stuff like that earlier.
And no straws. You got to save the turtles.
Yeah.
So Aaron was in the military also.
When I was in my last couple years of high school, we had just went into Iraq. You know, I'm at home watching the other young men on TV every night go overseas, and that continued into my senior year in high school, and just watching it seemed like everybody go and do their part. To be honest with you, I couldn't have lived with myself contently for the rest of my life had I not contributed. I joined the Marine Corps Infantry. If I was going in, I wanted to do the job, the boots on the ground, the job.
Aaron, do you have one story, the craziest story you could think of,
no,
that you would like to share?
There's a lot of crazy stories. But why don't I just tell you a little bit about what I did
when you were taken from the home, completion of graduation from your mother's home? Roll the clip. No, I'm just kidding.
Taken right from my mother's house right upon completion of graduation.
Yeah, so I just man, I tell you, I was a total non-good student when I was younger, and after high school, you know, I went in the military and went in the Marine Corps. At this time, the country was in two different conflicts, Iraq and Afghanistan, and I joined the Marine Corps and served in Iraq, and then got out, and then that's when Danny and I met. So that was 4 years. Yeah, that was 4 years, right from 18 through 22, and learned a lot about, having appreciation and hard work. And that's when I, determined, hey, it'd be nice if I lived through this thing, to try college one day. So
10 years later, he's still in college.
Yeah, no, we won't go into that. Yeah, we won't. But yeah.
How old are you? It's been 9 years, right?
Yeah, since I've been
Holy
out. Yeah.
College, 8 years in college?
Yeah, I'm 31 now.
Dude. Like Eric
But
Thomas
we
says,
won't,
though.
we won't go into that, though.
Like Eric Thomas says, though, on that diploma, there's no dates.
That's true. I want to talk to you about something, again, another thing that I observe in you is that you are good. You've always been good, in my opinion, of seeking out good mentors. And you now are a mentor, whether you want to be or not, whether you think you are or not, you are.
Yeah.
To thousands,
Millions.
thousands.
Hell, millions.
Okay, millions.
Million.
More.
Probably 1 million.
Okay. All right. So you've thought about this actually, though.
Well, I just think of the viewers. I try to give them good advice, even if they think I'm dumb.
Yeah.
I'm smart.
Yeah. And so what do you look for? And if you could give advice to your followers, your viewers, what would you tell them? Because that is an important part of life.
I'm just like, well, I would tell them
Well,
to go to DannyDuncan69.com.
I'm sorry. Let me be more specific. What would you tell them to look for in a good mentor?
Dude, I don't even know how to explain that.
Well, it's important.
I think you just know. I don't know. I just see you can. But I feel
Okay.
like that's me. Like
Let
I
me
can
help
tell.
you out here.
No, but
Let me
like I
help you
can
out
tell
here.
when someone's a fucking idiot, like a fucking, you know what I mean, like a liar, or like
Okay,
or
so
like they're.
being honest is.
But yeah, but I feel like not everyone can tell that. Obviously, people can't tell that because people used to believe in these stupid ass YouTube videos are fake. They used to think that shit was real.
Yeah.
So it's like not everyone can like tell. People are dumb and they just believe morons. So like they could have someone just tell them something like, "Oh yeah, I could help you with that," and they'll just believe it. I don't really know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how to. Warren Buffett would be a good. Well, right now for kids they have the internet, so they could just watch people like that. You know, I like Tony Robbins, Warren Buffett. Danny Duncan, Gary Winthorpe. No, people like that. There's a lot of people out there now, like with the internet. You can watch YouTube videos. We always watch like Lance Armstrong, Chris McCormack.
Okay.
So I used a lot of people like that when I was younger, like just athletes I looked up to. Derek Jeter.
Okay.
Tried to do that. Kerry Sullivan. He helped me when I was younger.
Yeah.
Wait, it's time for the sponsor?
Oh, yeah. Give me that real quick. Just want to give a big shout out to our sponsor for the first podcast, Clausen Kosher Dill Pickles. Get them at your nearest Ralph's. What did it feel like when you won the Inglewood Triathlon?
Oh man.
I need to get healthy, go back and win that shit
Yeah.
for you guys.
Yeah.
It's my leg. I got this IT band issue that won't go away. But yeah, how'd it feel?
Oh well, that was a drop in the bucket of life experiences, and just it wasn't anything big. It was a local thing. It wasn't.
Nah, that shit's sick. I want to
Yeah.
win that. Is it? Do you feel
I don't
like it's not a big deal because of the fact that Sean Johnson should have won, but he ran in chicken wire?
Yeah.
But if that wouldn't happen and you beat him fair and square, would you feel way more accomplished?
Or if Kerry Sullivan was there, I wouldn't have won. If anybody would have been there, there's thousands of better people.
Hey, but
than
they
me
weren't
in Florida that could have been there.
You're lucky I wasn't good at swimming at that time.
Okay, I want to actually bring up something that
The host,
I think at
Aaron
this point,
Chestnut,
I think
he
it's
just snaps.
I think at this point, in people, if they're continued viewers and they followed you for a while now, they're, really looking forward to that next video coming out and stuff, is that you there's like reoccurring characters from some of your videos to video. And I see that as, because I know you, you do truly give people opportunity.
Yeah, all day.
This is not just your adventure solely and you're out for yourself and you're just constantly thinking of your own image, but that you genuinely do give people opportunity. I've seen it in so many ways. And, with that having been said, like, for example, you literally share your bed. I'm not kidding. Andrew and you slept in the same bed last night.
No,
and I was,
and he was in the guest room. But what's funny?
yeah.
Is,
And there's a couch out here that
no,
Andrew's
but the
gonna
night
crash
the
on.
night before, I shit you not, Andrew stayed over. It was just me and Andrew, and there was an extra guest room with a bed in it, and me and Andrew still slept in the same bed.
Don't tell me. Oh, man. Well, yeah.
Hey, I don't know. I get lonely, man. I don't want
No.
to sleep by myself.
Hey, man. But that's what I mean. You truly give people opportunity. And with that having been said, do you consider yourself a teacher? Do you consider yourself an educator or a teacher?
Well, Aaron, it depends if the child wants to listen
Yeah.
and learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I'm. I honestly think I'm a genius.
Okay. Well,
No, not really. In ways, I think I'm super intelligent, but people just look at the stupid shit you do or any vulgarness, and then they just think of those things.
mhm.
But I mean, if there's something that if someone was like, "Hey, do this and accomplish this," I would be able to do it. Like pretty much anything. So there's like, you know what I mean? Except like
Yeah.
dancing, that shit's hard, or singing. Those are pretty difficult. But for the most part, anything I can accomplish, I feel like not trying to be cocky in any way. It's just like, I feel like it's same with you though. There's like certain people where it's like that, where it's like they will figure out how to do it, they'll figure out how to succeed, and then they'll succeed. And then there's other people that just sleep in later than me, complain, don't get shit done.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'll sleep in, but I sleep 8 hours and then I work all day.
Drop the ball, just time after time, even though you're trying to give them every chance to succeed. And, that's okay, though. That's, not for you to beat yourself up over. You did what you did on your end to give them the opportunity. And so I do, though, think you hit on a good point about being receptive. And that is something that my mother once told me, is that we're all receptive to certain things, largely depending on what stage of life we're in. And so you brought up something. I'll give you an example. Like you brought up the word relationship the other day, and I knew right away in my head, I'm like, okay, he's entered the point in his life where he's receptive to that in some way or another. It might not be fully ready, but this is what I mean. At different points, we're receptive to different things, different stimuli. And so what are you receptive to right now? This is your new project, so that's one thing.
One big thing right now is just not spending money and just putting my money in places now where it just makes me money instead of buying shit that's losing money.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I bought my neighbor's house, which is not going to make me any money. Like, some people on my last video thought I was like flipping it, but really I bought it because I didn't want someone else to buy it. I wanted to be able to live because I'm going to be living there the rest of my life till I die. My mom's going to be there till she dies. So I wanted it. I didn't want it to be annoying, like living in the same house with my mom forever. So it's like now it's like my mom has a house, I have a house. Do that until we all die. That's fine. I just didn't want to, wait and lose that opportunity of someone buying the house. So it's like things like that it's not helping me financially. It's hurting me because it's just taking my money. So I want to like put my money, let's say, like a duplex or a quadplex or like a 10-unit building where it's like I buy it and then I'm making money every month, or I invest in a business and then I'm getting a return. So just like being super like aware of not wasting money on things and just always putting my money where it's going to make me money.
You once told me, again, this is to my point about you and your personality. You told me that you had an idea that you wanted to start an app that helped the people that you are now a mentor to, your followers and that. You wanted to start an app that helped them start a savings. And it was going to be that whenever they made a purchase, that was going to round off.
Dude just gives all my ideas away.
Okay. Well, I won't go into it then. But that you were going to start something, and you told me, you said, because I am always taking from this with being reimbursed and making your income you do, but that you wanted to give back. And so you were going to kind of come up with this like instructional and this teaching application for your fans. I thought that was amazing.
I'm gonna work on a financial book soon. Something like things like that, just ways.
Yeah.
Because I feel like every single person wants to fucking be rich. Like no one wants to struggle financially. I don't think there's anyone out there's like, oh yeah, fuck no, I don't want money. Like I mean, there's probably some that don't really care, but for the most part, like 99% of people want to be financially free. And it's like very difficult, obviously, but it's like not at the same time. It's just the habits people do and the habits people have. They just spend and spend and spend. Like it's hard for people to.
Okay.
But if they had like someone they looked up to that gave them like advice and like proper tips, I feel like they'd be more willing to like give it a shot and just follow the instructions and then make shit happen.
Yeah.
But who knows?
And with the whole like you buying your mother the house and your sister the car. And you always talk about your filmer like coming through and getting the next best piece of gear for that, but that is you. Like none of that stuff again is fake or that. Like you really want to do nice things for at least these loved ones close to you. But let me ask you something. Do you feel like in a way a little bit obligated? Like to take care of your family? Like what's your thoughts on that? Do you?
Well, yeah, to an extent.
Yeah. And that's good.
I mean, if I was just making like millions of dollars and not doing anything for like my mom or them, I would feel shitty for sure.
Yeah. Like I said, all that stuff is real and legit. And that's, I had the privilege of meeting, your sister and her new boy, a husband and that. So cool.
For all the viewers out there, if you had one piece of advice, what would it be?
I was going to kind of save it until the end.
No, I want to hear it right now.
I guess I'll go into it now.
90% boy viewers, probably. 92% boy viewers.
Okay.
In case you're wondering.
All right. Okay. When I was walking this morning, I will say this, man. Never drop your eyes. And what that means is...
It cuts to some kid walking, like dropping his eyeballs on the ground. Like actual eyeball. It's that dude from Instagram whose eyes pop out.
Yeah, well, could be a condition.
All right, never drop your eyeballs. Sorry to interrupt.
Meaning that, man, if you're going to go down, you go down on your feet. And what that means is when you drop your eyes, and you'll see it in public, man, when you're walking and there's another male and you're walking and you're going to pass them and you look at them and they drop their eyes, and women pick up on this. That's a sign of insecurity.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a sign of
I never did. I stared at him until I get
self-conscious. But it goes beyond that. It is a sense to a young man of, determination and confidence and just being a really, put together young man. And that's why I say it's hard. I understand when you're young and you're flustered or you're, unsure about what to do, but never drop your eyes. You look straight ahead at that horizon or that building or that tree, and you never drop your eyes. And in your case, it sounds like would you say you stare?
No.
I guess you can do
I know
that
what you mean.
too.
I definitely agree with you.
But I can't tell you, and this is what I mean about mentors. And if people don't have older siblings, and people may not have both their parents or either of their parents, there's nothing in society that teaches this stuff. This is kind of like and you don't learn it in college. This is really ridiculous. But that there's somebody coaching a young man. We don't have anything like that. I talked to you about life coaches and how you need one to get you out of bed in the morning. But yeah, man, so if I could just tell us one thing to young men, and I understand you got to work on it and it's not going to come right away, but you never drop your eyes. And that'll go and follow into other things in life too. You can't always guarantee a successful outcome, but you can guarantee that you were there through the process, at least trying, working.
Yeah, I think also on top of that, I think actually having a good mentor is super important, because even I get alone a lot. And if it's some kid without a mom or a kid without both parents or a kid without anybody, but they look up to someone, I think that's super beneficial.
And your thing was athletes when you were younger.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, athletics definitely, I would say, saved my life for sure. Because if it wasn't for that, I would definitely drank and did drugs, and I would have been an idiot for sure. I just feel like that's like the type of person I would have been, like smoking weed all the time and like doing stupid shit. But like I would just like, yeah, play sports and just stay focused on that. And that even kept me to graduate school. I would not have graduated if it wasn't for sports.
Yeah. You had mentioned
like the only reason I went to school was because if you didn't go to school, you wouldn't be able to play sports. Because you had to be there or whatever. And you had to have like a 2.0 or 2.3 just to play if you didn't. So I would at least get that. Otherwise, I would not even have showed up. And I was at school from fucking like 5:30 till like 8 p.m. because like I had like running in the morning and baseball afternoon, which was like 4 hours. So it was like I was there all the time. But it was like wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for sports. I would have never showed up. Played video games all day. Sold weed probably. Hustled that.
I mean, and that's the life that can be, assumed easily.
Even if you're not athletic, I think you should play sports. Because even when I ran like cross country, I was not even good in high school at all, and like that was some of the most fun I've ever had. So I definitely recommend like any kid, even if you don't play sports at all, I would just go run cross country because that shit like makes you like stronger. Where you work hard, you get a bunch of friends. It's super fun like cross country meets, and it's that shit's sick. We used to go nuts in that.
Yeah, you've always valued athletics, and that's something I said I wanted to come back to in the conversation, and we will. But I just have to ask you real quick about, you mentioned these qualities and things and this what you liked about it and stuff. What do you value in people? I'll give you some examples. Like, are you big on loyalty? Are you big on being genuine? Are you big on being honest? I mean, obviously these are all big things, but what's really important to you
About people?
Yeah. You had brought up
definitely
about honesty.
I mean, I'm like a
thing.
super honest person, but I mean, I've lied in the past like anyone else.
Yeah.
But like I feel that for the most part, I'm pretty honest about everything.
Yeah, kind of like what you see is what you get. Like
yeah,
I said,
like with that
man,
type of thing. Yeah.
You're definitely a living testament to that. Like I said, unscripted, man. It's sometimes unbelievable, but true.
My favorite quality about someone is how much money they have. Just kidding.
Yeah, I understand.
If they don't have 10 million or more dollars, I don't talk to them.
Well, I understand that. That is a metric in today's society of success. I personally can consider a person very wealthy without necessarily having that, though. And in my opinion, if you have a square head on your shoulders and you have a good perspective of life and people, and that you're not out to take advantage of people, and that every day that you have interests and that you look forward to completing some kind of goal, even if it's a very small goal, you're wealthy. You're wealthy. What like you said, so man, wealthy. The process. So wealthy. But not everybody's in that position, and that's again why I say, man, you gotta be a mentor. If a fan approached you in like distress, would you?
Dude, they do every day. What do you mean?
Would you try to help?
That shit thousands of times.
Would you try to help them out?
No, dude. It's you can't.
Yeah,
that's like when you walk around LA and you have 500 homeless people ask you for money.
Yeah.
Like, hey, can I have $1? Hey, can I have $1? Hey, can I have $1? Like, obviously, I want to help everyone. That's why I try to like give advice. Like, dude, I've posted like read like a couple books. Like, if they need help, like read the fucking book.
Yeah, I was just walking this morning and I passed a homeless person and there was a $5 bill on the ground, like on the sidewalk, like close
right next
by.
to the homeless person.
And I pointed at it, and then they saw me and they saw me pointing, and then they saw it on the ground, and they like, they're lit up with a smile and stuff. And that's what I mean. Like, I'm at the point in life where like a $5 bill is not going to bring me happiness. I know what wealth is, and it was everything that I just said about the way you see life, the way you see people. I know a $5 bill is not going to, make me, if I don't get that $5 bill, that I'm not, gaining more wealth. So to me, making him happy in that moment was more worth it.
No, definitely.
But yeah, that's hard to do, man. Pass by and
Yeah, it
There's
sucks.
a lot
Like,
of
because
people.
kids will message me all the time, and like, I mean, here and there, I try to help when I can, but it's just like sometimes there's just so many messages about things. It's like I don't know what to do. It's just too overwhelming. What's your favorite memory of me from the past?
Of you and I. Oh man, a lot. But you had to be there, kind of thing. So it's
No, I remember
sometimes
one. I
it's
remember
hard
one
to
time
bring
me
up.
and Aaron were riding the bikes, and he was This is when I was still new to cycling. I mean, I did it a million times, but at the time I'd never seen it done. And I was like riding, and he's like, hold up, and he's like off to the side pissing in someone's yard while riding his bike, just pissing everywhere.
Well,
pretty funny. That's not my favorite, but it was good times.
so let me ask you something about something I see you're getting involved with recently, and that is like a kind of a unique taste in women, specifically like seasoned women.
I don't.
Like older women.
I haven't been with a woman in years.
What are some of the pros and cons of like an older woman?
I couldn't tell you. I haven't been with a girl in 2 years, probably 3.
Yeah.
Running on 2-3 years now. Virginity rocks.
Okay.
No, women are great, man. Just
Would you say like older women have a sense of like what they're
Dude, I can tell you, I haven't seen a girl in like 3 years.
you haven't seen a girl?
No, you know what I mean.
Okay.
I'm just working on myself. I'm working on myself.
Yeah.
Stay working on myself. This is the boys. This is the boys' room, man. No girls. No girls here.
Yeah. Well, just that. I mean, you don't, without going into too much detail, but that, sometimes maybe like the conversation and stuff like that, you probably appreciate like bouncing ideas off of a little bit.
Love is fake.
Okay.
Just get deep.
So you're like a monogamy kind of
What's that mean?
believer? I think it's monogamy.
I've heard the word. I'm not fresh. I don't want to.
monogamy. Basically that like, at the end of the day, being in like a serious relationship is not plausible, but that, we're meant to do like lots of short.
Dude, I don't even know what I'm doing
relationships
with my
throughout
life, to be honest. That's one thing I'm pretty out there.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, one day I want to be married with kids, but it's like, I'm like, frick,
Yeah.
not to, it's just, I don't know. That shit is confusing. Girls are confusing.
Okay. Well, we'll leave it at that. You don't have to go
it's-
more into it.
It's difficult. That's a difficult thing.
Well, we were talking about, you know that you don't want to be too big. You made reference about, some of these celebrities and they just can't go out in public without being overwhelmed.
Like Justin Bieber, love him.
You have the maturity, I call it maturity, to say, I know I don't want to be that big.
No, I'm good right now. I'm
Yeah.
fine. I don't get annoyed all throughout the day. People come up and ask me for pictures. It's fine.
Yeah?
I love it. Yeah, I don't want to get like enormous and it's just annoying. That would suck.
Yeah.
But yeah, my life's good right now.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. All right. You got your new project starting.
Yeah, I want to be more
wanna
in like the
focus on
business
that?
side. I want more money,
Yeah.
but I don't want to be like too famous.
Okay.
I just want to be like in the back. I like where I'm at. I think it's perfect. Like going and like selling out like the shows and shit is like fun. I don't need to sell at 10,000 tickets in a night. Like
Yeah.
1,000's fine.
What's your take on like I personally think that you have like an attitude.
I personally think I need a Clausen pickle right now. What do you guys think? Thanks to our sponsors. No, I'm just kidding. They didn't sponsor shit. I remember when we went to Checkers one time. I fucking hate mayonnaise.
All right, so we're on our way up to Sarasota, and we're gonna run the bridge, which means like in Florida it's so flat that there's no elevation except for you run over bridges like constantly. Like you run over it once, you turn around, you come back, you run over it again, you turn around, you go over it again. And so that's like running repeats on bridges. We were going to go up to Sarasota and do this, but on the way, this is apparently, we thought this was a good idea to get like fast food on before running repeat bridges.
I don't know why.
But so we're heading up.
Piss so bad, I swear.
We're right now.
I can't get up in the middle.
No shirt on. Takes a leak into a glass.
Dude,
during the podcast.
I've been holding this the whole time. Dude, it's bad. Oh my god.
You got to make sure you get this down.
Oh, dude, it feels so good.
See, I understand you because I've known you for a while. This doesn't put me off, but I think maybe if you got somebody in here.
Well, I'm not going to do it around somebody that I don't really know.
That would, maybe
That's
that would
just
be.
rude.
So anyway, we're going up to do the bridge repeats, and we're in your car, your old little car, your little white car, and we're stop at Checkers, and we're going through the drive-through, and Danny's like, we're like, all right, which should we get? And we're like, okay, let's get a bunch of chicken sandwiches. And
I'm fucking drinking it like casually.
and we're gonna stop and get a couple of chicken sandwiches, and we go through the drive-through, and there's this kid working in there. You know, he's young, and we're young, but he's probably more younger than us. And Danny's like ordering. He's like, yeah, you know, take a chicken sandwich. And Danny's like, hey man, and don't be afraid to like throw some free food in the bag. And he's kind of being like real, like, you know,
dude, why do you say it like I'm a dick?
Unprofessional, if you will, with the guy. And I'm thinking to myself, like, Danny, you know, don't be saying this stuff. Man, he's gonna like, you know, like the old like you're gonna spit in the food kind of thing. And so
rather have spit than mayonnaise, to be honest. Swear to God.
Yeah. So Danny like makes it a point to like not order like no mayonnaise on my chicken sandwiches. So we get this bag of food. The guy gives us the bag of food. We open it as we're kind of pulling away, and there's like a ton of free food in there. Like just exactly what I thought was opposite was going to happen. Like they were going to like jip us somehow because of the way he was acting in the microphone when he was ordering. And so there's a bunch of free food in there, like extra chicken sandwiches, fries, and everything else. And I'm thinking to myself, all right, well, go like before, you know, like, I don't know, they notice something's wrong or I don't know. Just I'm thinking, okay, you know, we lucked out. Look at this. You know, we got a bunch of free food. We're young. This is just, we're having the time of our life. And Danny opens the first chicken sandwich and there's mayonnaise on it. And he's like, dude, I can't do this. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, dude, there's mayonnaise on all of these chicken sandwiches. And I'm like, dude, so what? They're free. Like all this free food. Like, Danny's like, now he's like starting to turn the car around. I'm like, you're not going to go and take back free food. Are you? You're not about to do this, dude. Like, you're not about to go back and take back free food. And we did. We went back and took back the free food.
People are like, Danny's a pussy. Nah, I just can't eat mayonnaise, dude. I'd rather I can't eat it. It's like, if I'm starving, I'm not going to eat that shit. I mean, yeah, I could scrape it off and fucking eat it. But like, I made a point to order no mayonnaise. I said that shit like 3 times. I always do.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they still fuck it up. I don't know how.
Yeah,
no
that was a good one.
mayonnaise. Yeah, that was fun times. And then, yeah, I remember puking. Fucking, dude. Puking when you eat spicy chickens is the worst. Shit sucks.
And so that was kind of like whenever we would get together, you know, it'd usually be something like that would happen, something crazy. Everything from, being in school and then the little stuff along the way.
Can I tell a story about you and a female, or is that... Dude, that shit is so funny. The one time you were in Hollywood and... I won't say names, but can I tell the story?
All right. Yeah, all right, go ahead.
Dude, we can cut it out if you don't want to.
No,
all
it's good.
All right, so I shit you not. Aaron stays with me in Hollywood one time. Dude, getting kind of cold in here. I'm shivering. The original idea for this podcast was post-shower was the name, and we would be soaked in water. We wouldn't dry. We would just be sitting here like... And then we put the air at like 56, and we'd be like shivering the whole episode. But so anyway, Aaron is on his shit you're not. It's his final day here in Hollywood. This is like probably a year or so ago, and he knows like I have to go film and stuff, so I had to leave, and he was gonna go. I just had shit to do, like meetings and stuff, so I couldn't like really hang out with him that day. So he's leaving like that. Was it that night? You were leaving that night, right? Yeah, he was leaving that night. You were driving
back to Phoenix.
Yeah. So he could kind of leave whenever he wants. I think you were gonna leave in the day, but you ended up pushing it back to
the night. I should have been on the road. Like
he was gonna leave after I left. So that's what happened. So I was leaving, and he was gonna leave a little bit later.
This is like noon or like 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
So it's like 11 or 12. I leave. I go somewhere, whatever, do my thing, and then I come back, and he was supposed to already be leaving. Because it was like probably 2 o'clock. And I shit you not, he's sitting there talking just casually. He's at the pool talking to one of the ladies that lives in the complex. and she's like an older lady, you know, she's kind of attractive, but she's like definitely like, you know what, like, you know, 55, would you say?
Yeah. Let's just
Super
say.
nice lady though. I mean, like I would definitely, you know, I would, yeah. So, so I see them talking, whatever. I'm like, hey, how's it going? She's super nice. I'm just like, in my head, I'm like laughing. I'm like, dude, that's fucking hilarious. And then it wasn't that funny. Then I grabbed my stuff, whatever. I had to leave. I come back like another 2 hours later. I shit you not. This is when it's funny. They're sitting together in the pool with their feet dipped in the water, and they're just like fucking moving their feet around, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? So then I was like there for a little bit, and then I remember leaving again, dude. And like a couple hours later, I come back. It's now nighttime. Like the sun's going down. They're at the fucking pool, dude, with a fucking little table. And she like cooked him dinner, and they're just like sitting together, like eating dinner. Like I remember seeing him like cutting his fucking food and shit. And it's like getting dark and stuff. And then
Yeah.
let's just say Aaron got lucky that night.
Well, I didn't get on the road till a lot longer later than I wanted to.
I guess it's not as funny because you don't know the lady, but trust me, guys,
Well,
that she's funny.
one thing leads to the next, and I want to talk to you more about I want to talk to you about the tour.
Can you hear that?
So, what's up? You looking forward to doing something similar in the
Yeah.
future? Did you have a good experience?
Tour was probably one of the most fun things I've done in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if I'd like it that much, but I was like, you know, it'll be kind of cool. I'll make a bunch of money, meet a bunch of fans. But it was like amazing. Yeah, I loved it.
Now, let me ask you something. When you say that, when you like it, you like the feeling and that, because in one of your mentors, Tony Robbins, you know, there's this guy on one of the ads he's like, he's talking to Tony Robbins. He's like, man, you know, he's like, I play my guitar on stage and I feel like so good when I'm on stage. And though my family is about to get broken up because I refuse to stop playing my guitar on stage, you know, instead of being with my family, my wife's getting very upset. Do you find that level of empowerment when you're on stage? Is there a certain feeling about it that you can't describe and that is, you could see almost becoming addictive?
Well, yeah, it's cool. Like it's cool when they're like going nuts, like when everyone's just going nuts.
High
or, like,
energy. Yeah.
Like let's say they're already going nuts, and I pull my phone out and I just start filming them, and then they just go nuts even more. Like that's sick. I just
Yeah.
like everyone just being like stoked and like the energy is really good.
Yeah.
Like I love that.
High
so, like,
energy.
And it was weird because I was like hoping it'd be like that, and then we did the first show and it was like crazy, and then the next show was just crazy, and then the next show was like the same thing. I'm like, dude, this is gonna be like this every time. Like it was sick. So like that's cool. And then I guess I always have the thoughts of like I don't want to disappoint them, so I'm like trying to do my best because I just hate the idea of someone paying. It's like when you buy something online, let's say, and then it comes and it's shitty, so you wasted your money kind of on it. I don't want them to like pay to come to the show or whatever to meet me, and then they're like not happy with the experience or they're not getting what they paid for.
Yeah.
So that's like the main thing is just my whole like motivation is just to not let anyone down is like one of the biggest things I like think about. If like, you know, if I'm like feeling like, cause I like had a bunch of fucking little injuries on my legs. It was like killing me. Just like jumping around, like kicking Kiwan and all them, like when we do these wrestling skits or whatever. So I was just trying to like, just get through all that shit.
Yeah.
So I would just think about that, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah. Chase your dreams, man.
Well, it sounds like, you know, as much as you enjoy that and as much as you enjoy here in LA, that Florida is largely home, and that you kind of, again, man, it's all about what you're receptive at.
Texas. It's all about Texas. That's home.
Yeah. It's all about at what you're receptive to. Nobody's stupid. Nobody's unintelligent and can't learn. It's just what are you receptive to at that time in your life. And I keep kind of hearing that you're really into Florida and that, you know, your home roots and hometown, and that you did buy some property there and you have a ball filming. Once again, unscripted, just one idea to the next.
Goats. Pigs,
Goats.
ducks,
Fire is the
mini
new,
horse.
Yeah.
Dude, we have a fucking mini horse and it looks like a dog. Like that shit is too nice.
Is it in the pasture next to the house?
It just walks. It sleeps it sleeps inside now. There's like we have that back room where like the kid was sleeping and I had the flamethrower.
Yeah.
Like it just sleeps in there now. Like that's where it goes at night. It doesn't. I guess it doesn't. My mom was telling me the other day like it doesn't want to go in the barn anymore. It just comes because we always had it where it would just if it wanted to come inside, I didn't care. I let it come inside.
Yeah.
And yeah, the horse will just come in the back room, and it's been staying in there at night.
Okay.
Unreal.
And now your next project, which was just released in your last video, was you bought another house right next door. So you expanded your land and have more room to ride your toys. And
They're not toys.
Yeah.
They're 4-wheelers.
And like I keep bringing up, I think the Ronnie Mac thing, jumping on the back of the dirt bike, was just out of this world, man.
Yeah, we need to get that record for the longest tandem jump.
Can we talk about?
You can talk about anything you want, Aaron. This is your day.
So, well, your new thing is like, because you weren't real big on this before, like vehicles.
What, vehicles?
Yeah, like you're.
Well, I was trying to save it because it's like when you make money, and then you get things you want, and then it's like, at a point, there's going to be a time where nothing is exciting anymore because you have everything you want. What do you get a guy who has everything?
Yeah.
So it's like I mean, I like cars, obviously. But it's like it also was, I wasn't to the point financially where it was like, I didn't want my money going to a car when it wasn't time. Now I have, obviously, like, I feel like I haven't enough money where it's like if everything just shut down right now, I'm still good the rest of my life. Like, I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
So it's like now I'm at that point, but before I wasn't really there, so buying a car would have been really dumb.
And
so I kind of waited.
You were always real good with that. You had started a 401k very early or something like that, some sort of program.
Yeah.
Very early, and you're into all kinds of stocks and things I'm not even
You got to get on it, man.
knowledgeable about. Yeah, I agree. Very important for strategy, things like that.
Warren Buffett's good because he just talks about like just being smart, keeping it simple.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I like about that guy. He's not like the get rich quick scheme, which is what everyone's all about. So
Yeah.
I think he's like a good person for kids to watch too because of that. Like, because everyone wants everything so fast nowadays.
Yeah.
Like they want to just be able to solve a Rubik's Cube. Like you don't just solve a Rubik's Cube, you know, you have to sit there and figure out how it's done.
Takes time.
Like Will Smith, you know, it's like you lay each brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid, and soon you'll have a wall.
You know, and you're not kidding too when you bring up these names, because there's literally a stack of books over there I was looking at earlier, and there's literally like Tony Robbins, Warren Buffett.
I honestly have all these books on my phone. It's easier to read on the phone. I haven't even read those, but I have them all on my phone. I've been reading them like when I have the flights. I'm a fucking beast.
So that's, like I said, man, I'm very impressed at this point. I wouldn't be sitting here, you know, doing this if I didn't greatly value it, because you do put in the time and the reading.
Those books, those books are for show.
Yeah. Knowledge is power. Yeah, reading.
Do you like McDonald's better or Burger King?
So actually, I was gonna say earlier what's cool about.
He doesn't answer questions, I swear.
No, I'm getting there. What
actually, what I was about to say is like life is one of those things.
is you're like my fast food guy, because I'm big on fast food. Like I actually don't get to eat it much, but I do like it greatly.
McDonald's or Burger King?
So I grew up on Mickey D's.
Yeah, I like McDonald's.
The Golden Arches, man. But yeah, like all the videos and stuff, you eat the way you do. That's again like you.
Well,
like,
I also eat healthy. I eat that Tender Greens bullshit every day.
Yeah.
I wake up, go to Starbucks, Tender Greens every single day. Like I've been there, like, and I fucking pull the e-brake and like drift in every day, and the guy just laughs. It's like this Hispanic dude working every day. He just laughs.
There's so many people when you bring up fast food, like, "Hey, what do you want to eat?" And you throw out fast food, and you see like their face like twist, you know. But one thing that's cool about you is it's like,
I try not to, but it's like hard, you know.
It's like,
it tastes good.
Well, let's do it. I'll pick them up. Like
sometimes I regret it, and then I'm like, fuck it. Like the other day we had fast food, dude. Motherfuckers didn't bring my shake. Remember the fries were just so stale. Instantly, right when we got it, so stale.
Yeah.
Idiots, dude. And then after that, I felt pretty shit. I was like, man, I gotta not eat fast food anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And to describe the process too, when I came in to LA here last time, it was like over 2 years ago, or just about 2 years ago, and I hung out with you, I should say, because where we stayed was, which I thought was cool, man. Every night we would go to different houses. So I was probably here for like 4 or 5 nights, and we went to all these different, a lot of YouTubers and other people. And every night was just cool because I got to see inside a different LA home, and I got to meet a different LA group or family or.
And we had this dude had a smart car.
Oh yeah, so I could park like kind of anywhere.
Dude, that shit was unreal.
Find little places and stuff. Yeah, I forgot about the smart car. Got to go out down to San Diego and stuff. But that was cool. So that was no lie the process. You know, you didn't have your.
That was over 2 years ago because that was when I did a video with Paige Jen. That was so long ago. Forgot about that.
But that's how you did it, man. It wasn't even like we didn't even have it planned. Like, okay, this night is gonna be this person. It was literally like around midday.
I do miss that.
I
that day.
definitely
miss that type of stuff.
You'd be like, okay, I think I got a place for us to stay over here, over there. If not, like this, we always got this back up or whatever. And so, yeah, man, like I went to sleep. I remember we showed up at your one buddy's house and there was a bunch of kids and, people kind of in the living room and stuff. I went to sleep in a room.
Lamont. Dude, that shit was funny.
I go to sleep, which it's decently late. It's like midnight, I go to sleep in a room on the floor. I wake up with probably 3 or 4 people around me. Half of them are like, they still have their shoes on. I don't know where they came from, who they were. They still had their shoes on or like one shoe on, one shoe off. And we ended up just, packing up and being on our way in the morning. But it was like, that was the life, was these people that were, struggling to make it in their own way, whatever that way was. But that was the life that
that was
you guys all just lived one day to the next. There was no necessarily overall plan. Well, I shouldn't say overall plan, but you had an idea, but just that the steps to get there weren't necessarily like, you were just winging it, man. You're just winging it.
That was when I woke up and saw you outside pondering life, and I filmed it and put that in a video.
Yeah.
It's funny.
And you were filming your own self and editing your own videos and stuff. It's just amazing. And I commend you. Well, my intent was to try to let your viewers know, because I understand, like, you don't talk about this stuff in your videos, not maybe sometimes the most interesting stuff, but that this was, I wanted to have to make this an outlet to get that information out there. It's because it is the way I feel and what I've observed.
So let's get back to the point. Winded.
Yeah. Okay. Full circle. Yeah. Nah.
Didn't you say we'd get to that though? 16 or 17? How old?
We don't need to go into that. This
motherfucker's 5'12", dude.
I'm pretty
He's
modest.
Like, fuck my babysitter.
I'm pretty modest. And honestly, man, as you get, those things aren't important.
They're not. It's just a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke. I remember being nervous my first time.
What's important is,
who would have thought?
This is back to what advice would I give, and I said, don't drop your eyes. And another thing I'll say is, you got to be attaining skill sets from one day to the next, and specifically skill sets that somebody finds value enough to employ you ultimately.
Or employ yourself.
Those are very important. Family, hopefully if you decide to start one day, that's good, but that you need to have some sort of base. And those are the skill sets that you attain professionally, to make yourself valuable, to somebody somewhere.
Do you watch YouTube videos?
What I like to do...
Yes or no?
I can't tell you the last time that I watched like a movie, like a Hollywood movie. And it's not that I don't like them, but that what I like to do is watch something that I hopefully learn something from.
So you've never seen like a Fousey Tube video?
So I don't watch like that kind of stuff.
You know who that is?
I know it because of you, through you. I would never have known him. I don't know any of the other, like if you Googled top 10 YouTubers, I've probably never heard of
Gary Winthrop?
Yeah. It's a mysterious man, I must say. I don't know much about him, but I've seen him a little bit. I like,
What's your favorite movie?
Ooh, man, that's...
Dude, just pick one, man.
I'll tell you what I like. I'll give you like top...
Give me 3.
5.
We don't need 5.
Love the Matrix trilogy.
What the fuck, dude? No, it's a good movie.
Okay.
I just can't imagine being a favorite.
There's some ones I can think of, like Gladiator, Black Hawk Down.
Oh, dude, he likes those. He likes those action films.
And so many more, Lord of the Rings came out when I was in high school. I thought that was really cool. And what really the overlying, or I should say like sort of the overall concept in a lot of these are you have some sort of good versus not good. I'm not gonna say evil, but good versus not good, and sort of this ultimate battle for mankind, you know, and to save the right, you know.
What about Step Brothers?
Comedies
Dumb and Dumber?
I would say comedies are good. I would say the comedy that had me in the tears the most was Superbad.
It's a good, great.
Oh
great
my
film.
gosh, when
One of
that
the
first
best films
came
I've
out,
ever seen.
oh my gosh, I would say that one. The stomach hurt.
rewatchability on that movie.
Yeah,
Unreal. I don't know where they came up with the shit.
my chest and abdomen hurt for days after watching that, from laughing so hard. But what about yourself? You're a movie guy, and
Superbad, Dumb and Dumber, Step
oh
Brothers.
yeah, the classics.
What else?
Dumb
Man,
and Dumber's
you know what
good.
movie is actually funny? I remember watching high school, like 9th grade. It was Flubber. That shit's funny as hell.
Well, you're like an Adam Sandler fan, right?
Yeah,
You
he's
like
got
Happy
Happy
Gilmore,
and Billy Madison. Those are amazing.
yeah, like you.
I just remembered one thing that Aaron does is freaking funny. What Aaron likes to do is he finds people and he does this thing which he calls assessing
Yeah.
them. So they'll be like random people and he'll just start asking them like all these questions about their life, and then he just has can you explain it a little better on what you do? That shit it's hilarious.
Well, no,
He'll even do it to
it's-
our friends and shit, like
Well, no,
like my family.
I'm genuinely interested.
What's your deal? Are you in school?
What's your story?
What's your story? Yeah.
Where'd you grow up?
How big's your penis? No, I'm kidding.
Who did you crave love more?
Huh?
Who did you crave love more from?
Yeah. Tony Robbins. Did you crave love from your mother or your father?
I mean, but no, I'm genuinely interested because it tells you some things, you know, East Coast person versus West Coast person. Not that like that's the end all be all, but that, you know, gives you an idea. And I am genuinely interested because I do see people, you know, as valuable and as potentially amazing, you know. So I'm always interested.
So what's your story?
So a lot of times I'll ask, like, what's your 5-year plan?
Yeah.
Right? Things like that. And what do you want to do what steps do you have to take to get there? And sort of like what you're doing is maybe you're even like prompting that person to like answer their own questions, you know, and think about and build their own thoughts about it and about the process. So I don't know. I like to leave situations better than I found them.
Great guy right here.
Do you ever think about, do you want to be a positive influence? Or
Yeah, I do,
not?
but then sometimes I like being a dick as a joke, and it's because it's funny to me.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely like, obviously I want to do more good than bad, but like sometimes I just like, because I'm not a dick, some people think I'm a dick, but like I'm not. So it's like when I am a dick, to me it's funny because I would never do that. So it's like, I don't know.
It's true.
Like when if a car is driving, like remember whenever you're going to Country Hound, I just like run in front of the car, just like stupid shit like that, and the person gets mad. But it's like, to me that's funny. But even though it like kind of makes them pissed, but it's, I don't know. I guess it's harmless, but it also makes me, him, and everyone else we're with laugh, so it makes us feel better. But then you're putting down people. I don't know. There's no right answer for me.
Well, yeah, I understand.
If you had $20 million, let's say $100 million. If you had $100 million, someone gave you it, what would you do with your life? Would it change?
Yeah, I would like.
Would you drop out of college?
No.
Come on, dude. If someone gave you $100 million tax free.
No, because I want to do a couple of things yet with the school. I want to take I want to learn about a couple more cool stuff.
Would you just learn these things and then drop out, or do you think you'd stay until you get the degree?
I'd probably like get the degree, but that's me and that's my personal preference. But yeah, no, it would change. I'd kind of set myself
$1 billion.
up a little bit.
You'd still stay in school? Like $1 billion. You don't.
Yeah,
need
no,
anything.
I would probably. Even at 100 million. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I would just take these classes that I'm interested in, and then not. But I couldn't say. I don't know. But what I would do is, dude, man, I would love to give back in some ways, man. I just thought about like building like a like a playground at a park, man. Like, you kidding
Creep.
me? Like, there's so many like crappy parks out there, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the Boys and Girls Club right now.
Stuff like that. Exactly.
I'm trying to get it in Inglewood.
Yeah.
Boys and Girls. It'd be Danny Duncan, Boys and Girls Club of Inglewood. That's
Yeah.
what I'm working on right now. I'm trying to
That's awesome.
get
man.
going. That's like a big goal of mine,
Yeah.
but I'm still waiting.
Which I'm really surprised because sometimes
I went to Boys and Girls Club, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is why I went to Boys and Girls Club my whole life as a kid. It was sick. Now they have all these kids in this fucking plaza. So like when I went there, it was like its own building. It had its own like yard, so you could like play kickball or dodgeball or basketball, whatever.
Yeah.
They had game rooms, like movie night. It was sick.
Yeah.
Now it's in like a plaza of other businesses. So they have this fucking room that's not even that big, and they have to play like right next to the highway. Dude, it's a joke.
Yeah.
So I like feel pretty bad for them because not only majority of those kids are low income families, so they're already dealing with bullshit. Now they got to go to fucking Boys and Girls Club where it would take away a lot of my bullshit out of my life because it's fun.
Yeah.
But now they got to deal with more bullshit, fucking kicking balls into the road and shit. So it's like, I just feel, and it'd be sick to have my name on it.
Yeah. Wow.
But so we're trying to do that. That's one of my big goals this year is to get started with that, and then need to make more money.
Well,
give more away. That's the whole plan.
Sure. Yeah. No, I always like thought about. I can't believe that. Like, I don't know, man. You brought up Warren Buffett, man. Like, I don't see the point of like dying with a bunch of money in the bank. I don't know why he wouldn't like kind of do more, but
he actually has the largest donation ever.
Yeah, but okay.
Like he's donated like $30 or $40 billion.
Yeah.
So he's out of anybody, he's the highest person in the world ever.
But relatively speaking, though, I mean, I know.
And he also says that when he dies, the money's not going to his kids. So what he could be doing is building it up so that when he does die, that's because all the profit he's making on his money is going to be like, let's say he has 70 billion right now and he donated 50 billion right now. But instead he just keeps making more money so that when he dies, that 50 billion that he would have donated because of the interest it made is now 70 billion. So he just was able to donate an extra 20 billion by not giving it right now and waiting until he dies. Yeah. So you never know. But yeah, he donated the most money out of anybody.
Okay.
So don't talk shit, motherfucker. No, I'm just
kidding.
I know. He's the greatest.
But it does come down to the old like adage where it's in proportion, which means like, if you have like all that billions and billions or more or whatever, I don't even know how much it's worth, and you give like a very small percentage of that away, but yet like, I don't know, some old lady who gives more of her percentage. Yeah,
like
$1
million if she only had 10 million.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's just why I say. But no, I'm not taking away. It's awesome.
I think he's done a lot though. I'm just curious real quick. I'm just curious because I'm sure everyone else wants to know too.
I don't want to like make it sound.
But
like
Jeff Bezos, what the fuck he give away? But he made me money, so he's cool.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Actually, he lost me money. What? That shit just went. No, I made money actually.
Oh yeah, now I don't know what I was gonna say.
Warren Buffett, dude.
I'm really also kind of surprised that you're like super loyal to Englewood because I feel like didn't they like ban you from a bunch of stuff?
That was Lemon Bay, dude. No, yeah. The most significant charitable donation Warren Buffett has ever made is his $37 billion pledge to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. The donation, originally pledged in 2006, will take effect upon his death. So never mind, as he has directed in his will. Yeah. But still, 3.4 billion, dude. That's insane.
But yeah, like they kind of like banned you from like a bunch of stuff, like the local Walmart and the high school.
Yeah, I'm still banned from the Walmart. Fuck that Walmart. The high school, they're cool. They let me come back. There's just a teacher there, Miss Roach.
Oh, name drop.
Dude, all right, Miss Roach, dude. Okay, I got in trouble for this recently because I posted a video of calling her a bitch or something. So this lady, dude, I had her when I was a sophomore. I was 15 years old. She was a bitch, but I was 15. I was a dickhead too. So it's like, I understand if she didn't like me because of that, but I'm not the only one that dislikes her. Everyone dislikes her. So I saw her at a football game. I try to apologize to this lady, okay? I think it's been 11 years. So I see her, and I'm like, Miss Roach. This bitch looks at me, right? Just keeps walking. I'm like, Miss Roach. She looks at me again. Keeps walking. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm just like being a dick at that point. I'm like, Miss Roach, Miss Roach, Miss Roach, Miss Roach, Miss Roach. And she just keeps walking. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, I was trying to apologize to her. I was going to be like, hey, sorry if I was a dick in your class. You know, hope you're doing well. Swear on my life, dude, I was gonna apologize to this lady.
Yeah.
And I die tomorrow. It's because I was lying. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then so I do this video and I post it. The principal comes up to me the next week. The principal comes over to me the next week at the game. He's like, "Hey, I need a favor," and I was like, "What?" He's like, "I need you not to like say things like that," and because then the teachers are gonna be like, you know, why are you letting people on campus that talk about faculty and staff the way they do? Blah blah blah. They should be treating us with respect. And I was like, yeah, I understand. But I'm just like thinking in my head, I'm like, dude, like, why doesn't she treat me with respect? Like, why are you allowing faculty to be on campus that aren't treating people like me with respect, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, just treat me with respect and I'll treat you with respect. Because I was trying to apologize. Dude, it's been 11 years, lady. She's fucking old. Like, you would think she'd be a little more like,
Yeah.
because she deals with kids all day. You would think she'd be like, oh, he's just a kid. Now he's fucking matured a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking. But dude, fuck Miss Roach, dude. Seriously.
And I mean, I also want to add to the story too that, again, back before you moved or before you started coming out to LA, and I was talking about how you were involved with athletics and stuff like that, just even like shortly after graduating high school and stuff, like you ran a kids after school running program.
Dude, yeah, I did all kinds of good stuff, honestly.
Right. It wasn't like,
and I didn't have money, dude. I was just doing that to
Right.
do it. Like, I was not getting paid for all kinds of stuff. Like,
You know.
I started my own track club. I
Yeah.
was working at the elementary school. I
Yeah.
definitely, like, I did fundraisers all the time. I did Big Brothers, Big Sisters. So I, like, had a kid and I would go see him, like, once a week.
Yeah.
Like, there were so many things that I did all the time. And, I mean, even doing that, though, back then, I remember people talking shit about you. So people talk shit about you for anything. Like, I'm literally donating hours and hours of time, like, doing Big Brothers, Big Sisters, helping, you know, kids in elementary school with running, doing my own track club that I'm not making any money. I'm literally spending my money out of my pocket. I'm driving this shitty car, like,
Yeah.
doing all this, and people still talk shit. Like, so it's like, anyone out there who gets shit talk, like, it no matter what, that happens. So, like, don't worry about that. But, yeah, it's like, it's insane how that works.
But you're loyal still, irregardless. Like you said, you have all the interests and intentions of maybe doing some things around there, your hometown. Which, by the way, I didn't know if we should mention your hometown, but I guess the cat's out of the bag now.
Oh, no, I always talk about it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they know.
What I find is most beneficial is putting yourself in situations and getting those life experiences. Getting out of the house, like you said, go to those charity events, go to those sporting meets, go to your local.
Mow the cemetery.
Yeah,
Mow the cemetery.
hand push mow the cemetery. And I think you're similar. I think you've never been afraid to get out there and put yourself out there, risk success or failure, you know. But is that sort of your philosophy? Like, you'll do something just for the learning experience, just for the experience? I kind of feel that.
You're referring to success?
Yeah, well, things that.
I just do it till I succeed.
Well, okay, so.
Or you mean like going out and doing random things?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do whatever. I don't care.
Would you consider that we are a culmination of our life experiences? That's what makes us up?
100%.
Okay. And so for some of your followers and fans,
like, that's why I say athletics helped me, like,
Yeah.
in this venture. Like,
but what if somebody isn't necessarily like, you know, endowed with some of the genetic qualities?
no, I don't mean the genetic qualities of being a good athlete. I just mean, like, doing sports just kept me going and then, like, taught me hard work and taught me discipline. And then I took that and used that in here
Yeah.
to, you know, work hard at filming and to be consistent with the filming and
Yeah.
keep going and to keep stepping it up and, like, to progress and do crazier things or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then, you know, then I did the same thing with merch. I just worked hard on my merchandise and
Yeah.
anything else I wanted to do.
I feel like the people that you meet are exposed to in those experiences shape your perspective of people. You know, that's one thing with me that I will always push, is that the only way you're going to learn about sometimes even yourself is to get in those situations, get outside your comfort zone, you know, and involve yourself. So I just feel like you've been good with that. That's something that you've
Same with you, like the comfort zone. You know what I mean? It's like most people, especially nowadays, like these kids, they're just pussies, dude. Like people cannot go past, they can't go out of their comfort zone. So that's like one thing with sports. Like, dude, I worked hard, like really hard. Like, and I may not have been the best athlete, but I'm fucking good at every single thing I can be good at. Like, but I would always push myself out of the comfort zone. And like, you know, with like the Ironman and shit, it's like gnarly out of your comfort zone. So I used that a lot with like when I came to LA, I was way out of my comfort zone. And I just used that to just keep going. Like, I didn't care like what it took. I was just it's just like anything, like in a race or a run, like you don't care what it takes. Like you're going to do it until you accomplish it. And I just use that same thing here, like sleeping in cars or the train or whatever. I'm way out of my comfort zone, but I just do that until, you know.
Yeah.
Now I have 3 houses, apartment in LA, bunch of cars and shit.
Yeah.
Shit tons of stock.
Yeah.
Bunch of money in my bank, more money than I ever thought I'd have. Like who just because I just kept going until I succeeded.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like in a race, man, and you're running and it hurts, but then you stop. It's like that's the same thing with life. If it's like you're going and then you just give up, you're not gonna fucking win the race anymore because you stopped like a pussy.
Yeah.
You just gotta keep going.
Yeah, and you're good with people too. You know, I think that like even though I can go back to saying like some of those professors that I referenced earlier about, you know, you sleeping in their class. I don't think that necessarily like they even
Jeff Snyder?
Yeah, like he was not like mad at you. And I think because everybody sort of realizes, you know, you have a certain way about yourself and people sort of respond to that. And so, yeah, it's just another thing I've observed and to learn. I'm big on learning, man. I'm really big on learning from something, taking away something from everything, you know, and implementing it. And I want to go back to a little bit earlier I said about the attitude thing. I think we got off track about that, but I think that you have an attitude and I have an attitude too, but I think that it can be used for like good and more of a motivational thing.
That's like some shit a principal says to like some child acting out.
Yeah.
I think your child, they have an attitude, but I think it can be used in a positive way.
Yeah. Well,
your child is not a fuck up.
Yeah, I know.
It's like when the dean like likes the kid.
Right. And they're, in a way. And so with me, you know, big thing was that it takes a certain attitude to say, you know what, I'm going to sleep in the car until I can find better, or I'm going to not take, you know, a certain amount of, or I'm not going to let somebody, you know, take advantage of me. If I can do it myself, or I know that I can be better than that person. And that's sort of like an attitude, you know, I've kind of had it. Sometimes, you know, maybe it's comes out at not the right times, or, you know, you should filter it a little better. But ultimately, though, I think when you talk about, so you said, oh, well, I see that as like a young man or woman not being like strong, you know. I'm not going to repeat the word that you used, but I think maybe you can also say that you got to get a little bit of an attitude about yourself. You got to get a little bit of gumption. You got to get a little bit of...
Well, yeah, you mean if they gave up or like
look at that person in
the
eyes. Like I said, you don't drop your eyes.
Exactly, yeah.
You square your shoulders.
I mean, there were times like when I would win a race, but then there were times when I was like doing well and then just like, you know, was a bitch and just stopped. Because you don't have that like motivation or that hunger or that desire to win anymore. Whatever you say, you know, you drop your eyes. But then you just, you know, you focus and you got to go again. Like you can't just like give up.
Yeah.
It's like anything. You just keep going until you succeed. And then you'll be successful.
Okay. One thing your mother once said, and this is in a couple of your videos.
Daniel has the tiniest penis I've ever seen. Imagine.
I know. And you have a very interesting relationship with your mother, by the way. And I think that plays out in the videos and your mother seems like a very colorful person, and you and her complement each other back and forth as far as, you know, the way you guys communicate and stuff like that. I heard your mother, I heard, okay, so your apartment here in LA is what I see as like pretty simple. It's not cluttered, and I think you make it a point to not to keep it that way and to not let it build up and build up. Your mother seems to be a little bit the other way, but that I once heard her say, though, when you're poor, you hoard. It's just what you do because you don't know if something breaks and
Well,
you
we're
got
not poor anymore, so throw
Right.
that shit away.
Right. But that you're very simple here in LA. That you try to pack light, and you. Yeah, I mean it's interesting because sometimes it's like mother like son or like father like son. But you noticed at a young age, you know what? Like I got to define myself, and I'm gonna take what I like, and if I see something I don't like, I'm gonna make sure that is the way I make my rules.
At a young age, I wanted to be like successful. At a young age, I wanted to be really successful. And you see your parents or whoever struggling, and you don't want them to struggle. You feel bad for them. Like you don't want anyone to struggle in your family, especially anyone you love. So I was just like, I don't want to struggle like that. I don't want them to struggle. I don't want to struggle the rest of my life. So I would just see things and try to do the opposite of things that I thought were holding them back. Like let's say alcohol. And I mean, you hear everyone tell you not to drink and do drugs your whole life. So it's like that was one thing. Like they would drink, they would like argue and stuff, get in fights. So I was like, well, alcohol I don't want to do. Smoking cigarettes, you hear them say it's bad. They're doing it. I was like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
They don't save money, things like that. They're never on time. They don't pay their bills on time, things like that. I would pick up, and I was like, I got to make sure I'm always on time. I got to pay my bills on time. Yeah, I mean, like I would watch my dad do scratch offs and then like lose on the scratch offs, like $20.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, $20 is a lot.
Yeah.
Like he would do a $20 scratch off and like lose. And granted, he's won like hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars on them too. But like I would see him lose these $20 bills and then lose and then be pissed. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna gamble because I was just like, oh, $20 down the drain, $20 down the drain, $20 down the drain.
Never getting it back.
So I was like, I would rather invest that or save that 20. Like I was just like, as a kid, I was like, imagine if you would have just saved all those 20s.
Yeah.
I don't know, just things like that. So I would try to do the opposite of those things, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sometimes the counter argument is what if one of those was a winner? But I know what you mean.
There was a $5 million winner in my hometown.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, okay.
So I guess if he wins, I can't ask him for shit.
No, that's true. I'm gonna shift gears for a second here and ask you something specific, but it also does pertain to like an overlying concept. I sort of always hinted around because I didn't know much different at the time. But when I heard you were out here in LA and you were interested in entertainment, stuff like that, it's going back to what I was talking about earlier. I kind of brought up like just because of you and your character, I threw out the idea there of like adult films and stuff like that. And you like always sort of knew that that's not something that you wanted to get involved in, and had that sense to yourself. And so you have, and it seemed like your reason why was because, that stuff could catch up with you in the future. And so, as far as like talking to like the younger crowd or again, you being a mentor, what can you speak for a little bit of that? Like, do you have like, you're obviously, you don't hold back in other departments in some of your videos. I mean, it's like no holds barred, anything goes, but that was like the line and you never really crossed it.
Well, at the time I felt like I had more potential and that I would succeed. So I felt like doing adult films wouldn't be the right choice because then you just limit yourself.
Okay.
So it's like, but like if all failed, like that's a good backup plan, I guess.
It's funny you say that because that was I literally had.
But I felt like I would be successful in this. I was pretty positive that I would make it. It would just take time, which it did, and it worked. Yeah. So, I mean, I could always fall back on that, but I mean, I think I'm good now, so it's not gonna happen. But
it's funny because I literally wrote a question before this. I said I was writing this morning, and it was, initially told me you wouldn't do the adult films, but if all else failed, I literally have that written out. If all else failed, would you reconsider? And you just answered that.
Well, not now. If it failed now, I wouldn't. But like, if it would have, that would have definitely been. But I don't know. I think that shit's dumb. Try not to even watch it, but it's impossible. But it's just fucked. That industry's fucked.
Yeah, it's Wait, are you kind of like, what would you say? Are you like religious, not really religious?
I believe in God, yeah.
Medium religious? You wear a cross, don't you?
No.
Oh, it's just
It's a tattoo.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
okay. Yeah, but you brought up just about like, yeah, for mental health reasons and stuff like that. And that's good. Again, man, that's a sign of maturity, you know, sometimes. Not that that's not the right path for some people, because for some people it is, you know. But for you, you knew it wasn't. That's good. It's a sense of maturity, man. How old are you now?
26.
Yeah.
26.
Yeah. It's pretty good, man.
26 years old. Wow.
Came a
Getting
long
old.
way.
Getting
Yeah.
old, man.
I remember those birthdays.
I remember those days.
Back then, they just came, like, I had a million of them, and you don't even
Do
start
you
counting.
think you'll have kids?
You know what? I could go either way at this point.
Would you adopt?
I wouldn't unless I had a teammate that
Teammate.
really wanted to do that and really, you know, and I valued her and her, you know, her everything about her, and I thought that would be good. Yeah, I wouldn't rule it out. What about you? I don't know, man.
Sometimes I think about it. I think it'd be kind of sick to adopt a kid.
No, I mean, just
But then
like,
I think about Dylan, and I'm like,
you know, it's funny.
imagine it's like Dylan.
As much as people try to say, oh, I'm very goal oriented and I don't, you know, necessarily have any intentions of a family and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like
I want kids 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I know
100%,
there's
yeah.
gonna be a day
No,
where
I 100% want kids.
there's
Yeah.
gonna be somebody else here.
I just thought you meant adopting.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if I don't ever like get into a serious relationship or get married and like I'm like 40, dude, and don't have kids, 100% adopting a kid.
Yeah, but
100%.
they don't. I don't think that they allow you to unless there's a whole interview process.
No,
and a
you
whole
get,
process.
then I could
about
pay
that.
someone to have my child with my.
Okay,
I could do that.
I don't even know.
Yeah, dude, they had what's it called, a surrogate mother.
Yeah, but that's
However
for
you say it.
couples that don't. The woman can't.
Dude, I could literally find a girl right now and I'd be like, I'll give you $50,000 to have my kid.
Oh,
They
yeah,
would definitely do it.
true,
There's
very
no
true.
way they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But anyway, yeah. There's
Don't you think? Or is that wrong?
I mean, yeah, people would definitely do that.
Wait, you don't think they would allow me to adopt a child if I was like 40?
I don't like I don't think they could legitimately open up a business to do that.
A business? What do you mean?
Like if it was like.
No, I'm saying if I went into like I don't know what they're called, like foster homes or whatever. What? Man, I'm dumb, dude.
No, so
How do you adopt a child? You're saying they would not let me adopt a child?
if you're a single person,
Why would they not?
because
It's better than them having nothing.
it doesn't work like that in America anymore. It's not like there's orphanages in America. There's like a shortage of adopted to be children, so they come a lot from other countries, and therefore it's all an application process, and you have to have a household that has meets certain qualifications.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be good. There's no way. I
Certain
would.
requirements, and so a lot of it is like, you know, two people. Now it can be in some states male or male female that are a couple that adopt. I don't know if that's every state. I don't think
Dang,
it's
so
every.
I couldn't even adopt a child?
But that I believe like one
It's fucked up.
yeah, one person can't just do it.
I don't think this is accurate, man.
like you have to have a certain income level, you have to have a certain
Definitely have that. No.
you have to have a certain lifestyle, you have to
Can
have,
a single male adopt a child? I mean, Aaron's super smart, so I'm sure he's
no,
accurate.
it probably can. There's going to be
Before
a
that
way.
time, it was rare and usually impossible
Yeah.
for a single man or woman to become an adoptive parent to a child. Today, you can adopt a domestic child from any state. However, not all countries will accept a single person for international adoption. So,
Well, it's just basically there's
in India, nope, can't go.
there's certain I
So
mean
there's hope.
right. And yeah, money can pretty much make anything happen.
Yeah,
but
exactly. So I could always just do that.
That's something.
I got my niece, so she's cool.
Yeah.
I like little cousins and nieces and shit. It's funny.
It's going to be a lot though, man, to bring somebody into your, you know, your estate and all that, and You know, it's but
I'm talking like 14 years from now, so we'll be good.
yeah.
No,
Well.
not looking. I would probably have kids at like 32, 33, 34.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely don't plan on it before I'm 30.
That's good.
Too many adventures to accomplish.
Yeah.
Got to go to Hawaii. Can't have fucking little kids running around, dude.
What's in Hawaii?
This vlogs, you know. It's lit.
Yeah? You want to do it out in Hawaii?
We already did. It was so fun. Crashed a fucking car.
What is there, like more islands you want to explore out there?
Yeah, but where do we go? Kauai? Dude, it was fun. That place is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's like the big island.
You got to go there. What did we do? You did the dirt bike, the cliff jumps. Oh, yeah, the rope swing. Oh, yeah, we went on that. We went on the, what is it? Oh, yeah, dude, that was kind of sketch. The last one, dude, you're on your stomach, dude, like this. And they just, like, push your ass, dude. And it's like, dude, it's fucking high.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the angle they had. I like when you're just, like, chilling like this. It's way more fun.
Yeah.
Huh?
The longest one.
In the world?
Island.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
longest zip line in the world.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. The island.
Have you ever been outside the U.S.?
Mexico.
You did go to Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico's sick. Cancun. Swam with a whale shark. Oh, my God. I was so seasick, dude. It's puking everywhere. It was, dude, I threw up on the guy. You know how they have, like, the tour guides?
Yeah.
I threw up on the guy. It was so gross. Have you been out of the country?
Yeah, when I was in the military and then
Oh, yeah,
did
true.
some stuff.
Operation Iraqi Freedom.
Yeah.
You work out a lot when you were out there?
Not necessarily when I was there, but just when you're in the military in general.
Saw a video of some dude, like, that I know. He was, like, out overseas, and he's, like, in his tent thing, and they were just, like, working out a lot with weights.
Yeah.
Like, in their free time, they were just chilling there.
Yeah, sometimes you can do stuff like that, but it depends on your job and how much time you have and stuff like that. You know, your buddy there, Kevin, he was gonna do the military, and
The Navy, yeah.
if you made the basketball shot,
Good agreement, right?
yeah, that
I did not think it was possible. Like, I mean, it's possible. Obviously,
Yeah.
I made a full court shot.
right.
I really didn't think, like, I was, like, really trying, but I was like, the chances are so slim. And then I made it on the last fucking try because it was super windy that day.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's not going to go in.
Right.
And I was, dude, that was insane.
And he stuck to it
Yeah.
like that.
I mean, he was already, like, having doubts. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't want to go to the Navy,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, he did not want to go to the Navy at all. There's no way he wanted to do that. I mean, he was just trying to, like, better his life, you know?
Uh-huh.
But he's doing good right now. He just needs to, like, stay focused, consistent. He'll be fine.
Very cool. Very cool.
The coolest.
And so yeah.
What's your favorite food?
Oh man, I got a lot of favorite type of foods.
Dude, how do you not have one favorite? Sky, man.
Dude, man, there's too much in life.
It's not your favorite if it's not the leading one. Like, your favorite is the number one choice.
Yeah, no, I got a lot of stuff I like. You know, I can't put it on just one, man.
I too.
What course? Breakfast, lunch, dinner?
Dinner, come on. No one cares about
I
breakfast.
don't know. Like I like cheeseburgers and I like spaghetti. I don't know.
I like chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah. What's to come, man? You got this project? Any other things cooking upstairs?
Cooking, man. TV show and movie.
You talked about the TV show for a while. Then the tour came up, and it sounds like things are getting bounced back and forth.
Just like long. It just takes time to get shit done.
Yeah.
Can't just knock it out overnight. But yeah,
Would be great, man. 'Cause,
long process, kind of.
yeah, you didn't come up the usual way. Like I said, like you dabbled in it a little bit with the agencies and stuff like that. But it'd be really cool to see somebody come up through the ranks on their own and then, get a show. Or
Yeah, I
movie
just
or
got
something like that.
agency, so that's what I'm working with now, and then
Yeah.
they'll, well, the show kind of I'm on my own, really. I didn't really do that through an agency, so hopefully I get that sold. But
Okay.
agency's not gonna hurt. They can definitely sell it too, if I don't have it sold already. And then hopefully the agency sells the movie.
With that, do you have access to like production equipment?
Well, no, we're basically our own production company.
Yeah.
I buy all the shit that
right.
we need. So
right.
like I bought that red and whatnot. And that's like, that's good.
Yeah.
And if we need more shit, I'll just buy it. But just because I want to have control over it, like the way Adam Sandler does with Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, all those movies. It's
that was cool.
That's what Happy Madison Productions is his production company.
Right.
So he like runs that shit.
And so you would still be able to do that.
Yeah.
You know, you wouldn't have to follow their rules.
No, exactly. I wouldn't do it if it was under that agreement. I wouldn't
Okay.
sign shit. I would just do it
Okay.
under my own agreement.
What about like writers? Would you ever consider like
100%. We would need that.
having them?
Yeah, because it's fucking hard sometimes.
Yeah, I see you guys struggle to come up with ideas and stuff like that. And I remember
Don't say that shit, dude. We don't struggle.
you would we'd talk. I'd be walking home from school 2-3 in the morning, and you'd be like, hey, you know, like what if this, and we'd just kind of poke ideas back and forth and just brainstorm and stuff like that. But no, man, I mean, it is, man. You know, there's a lot, man. When you started compared to just now, there's a lot, man. There's a lot of competition, you know, that sprung up. And
It's me against Gary. That's it. The only competition I see.
yeah. What's that? When's the last time Gary was
I
around?
haven't seen Gary in a while.
Yeah. What's up with that?
He's like in the background walking, like getting shit out of the fridge.
Yeah. Shh, don't wake
So
him up.
what's next for you? What's the plan?
I'm gonna keep going, man. I'm gonna keep going strong. You know, I'm a very positive, half glass full kind of person. I like what I'm doing. I like what I'm learning. Ultimately, I want to work and have nice things, but find something I like to do that contributes to a cool mission and a cool goal in science of some kind. You know, I mean, I've always been autonomous. I've never lived back with my parents since, you know, after leaving at 18, and, you know, pay off some debt and stuff like that. But nah, man, it's pursue that dream. That's something like with, again, the younger crowd and the followers and your viewers and stuff like that. The coolest thing, man, is that, you know, you got a lot of blank slates. You know, you got a lot of blank slates, and
You mean like the viewers watching?
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of blank slates, and so yeah, it's up to you what you write. You open that day every day, and it's a fresh page, and you get to write it. A lot of times, you know, as you get older, man, you start to become constricted by stuff. Not that things are any less of an option,
Like kids.
but yeah, there's sometimes some constraints put on. So, no, I like it though. I like it. I'm fortunate. I'm happy. And like I said, with the mental health, that's huge. That's probably the ultimate definition of wealth, is having,
Yeah.
again, a good head and stuff like that. You'll never see me like sad for too long, man. No way.
Definitely. Because even with all the money, you'll give it up for health.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I had all the money, but I can't like do anything,
Yeah.
I would give the money up to be able to like go do the things I want to do.
Yeah.
So it's like health is the most important thing.
You mentioned that about not wanting to get, you know, to a point where you can't go out and do what you want to do, whether, because again, if it gets too crazy or, you know, too much of an issue, that's too much. That's when, you know, maybe you should stop.
That's not going to happen for me. We'll be good.
I don't know, man. Like when we walk out there and your fans come up, man, sometimes like you're not very receptive, but I understand. Like you're trying to do your thing, and
This guy, dude, is talking shit, dude.
yeah,
You hear that? Hey, any fan that comes up and asks me for a picture, I'll take the fucking picture
you
every
do.
time.
You do. No, you do.
Every time. Only time if I'm a dick to you, it's because I have a fucking headache, probably. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be a dick.
Yeah.
Or like somebody pissed me off and I was in a bad mood or something, you know? Like people, that happens, you know? People are in bad moods. They don't want to fucking deal with anything at the moment.
Yeah.
But usually I'm a nice guy. I love all my fans. They're sick.
Yeah.
And I always say that, like they're the reason I'm here. They're the reason like my life changed. It's all because of them. So like I always try to like, if I can make them happy, I'm going to. So if they want a picture or anything, like I'm always gonna like take a picture with them every time.
And there's a lot of passionate ones too, man. Like people with the tattoos and all kinds of stuff. I see it, you know. I don't get to watch every video, but
I don't think I've ever turned down a kid asking me for pictures.
that's the thing. That's always the key point. Yeah.
Or it's like if I met Daniel Tosh. So I try to always be like, you know.
That's true.
But I'm not gonna do fake nice. I hate the fake nice thing. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that. But it's like if I met Daniel Tosh, I would want him to like, you know, take a picture of me or whatever he is and not be too much of an asshole. But
I'd say the two people that I keep kind of hearing you reference is Daniel Tosh and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, he's lit.
Which
Ryan.
Yeah, two people I see similar qualities in yourself, so that makes a lot of sense.
Sexy.
Yeah.
And big cocks. No,
oh boy, it's cool, man. It's been a trip, it's been a ride. Awesome to be part of it. Hope I'm not on a burden in any way on you guys.
No,
especially Andrew.
We'd love to have you. Andrew, shut the fuck up.
I kicked him out of the guest bedroom for the weekend, so.
Well, yeah. I mean, great to have you. I'm sure all the viewers love it.
Cool, man.
Even though Aaron asked me questions, it's fine.
Well, my intent, like I said, was to get your story to those viewers and followers because when you're doing your videos, man, it's, this stuff's not talked about. And like we were saying, there's probably not many people in life that could sort of bring up some of this history. So I just wanted to put it out there for the viewers.
The Danny Duncan show, the Danny Duncan episode.
Yeah.
Hosted by Aaron.
Episode 1, man.
All right, again, we want to thank Clausen Pick. No, well, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching or listening. Sorry. If you're on Spotify or iTunes, you're fucking weird.
So your next ones sound like they're going to be a lot of funny characters on here and
athletes,
a lot of
rich people, funny people, so many different people.
Yeah. People more interesting than me. So stay tuned.
Maybe.
Stay tuned.
We should get the most interesting man in the world on here. That'd be sick. He's probably pretty interesting.
I don't know if he would be.
He's just like, yeah. No. Yeah. All right.
Cool, guys. All right, Danny.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks again, buddy.
It's weird because now we're going to turn this off and he's still going to be here.
I'm still here. I'm sleeping in the guest room. So. Okay, well, I'll see you in the morning.
I want to break this. All right. You guys are the best. Love you. See you next week. Well, we'll probably do a couple a week. Love you guys.